Hi YouTube, this is Bayu, back from my South American trip. I hope you got a chance to view my toilet water movement and add to the controversy. Once again, the Northern Hemisphere had nothing to do with the Southern Hemisphere. The ideas, the politics, the money, they are all different. So when I hear people on the Northern Hemisphere, oh, the world economy is going to fall apart. No, dummies. Not the world economy. The U.S. and the European economy is falling apart, not the rest of the world. The rest of the world always being poor with the mini and micro economy. So whatever happens on the north, it happens on the north, not on the rest of the nation, south of the equator. But when I went out there, I got a little surprise from my neighbors because with so many problems that they get in criminal problems and the dope, the coke that is coming to the U.S., the countries, small countries are having an issue with criminality. And Ecuador is one of those countries that completely has fallen apart because money rules, guys. And if you deal with a crap, it contaminates the whole government, it contaminates the good people, the whole society, and then everything just disintegrates. Well, the president that was in Ecuador, 4 years constitutional elected, has to resign because he fired the Congress. It's called a cross death. The president goes away, so it's a Congress. So we got a brand new kid, a mama's boy per se, real young, 35 years old, that he wants to do a good job, but he just screwed up big time because once again, Mama Bear, and gave away some helicopters and some air defense system that is a Soviet era that still works. They have been upgraded, but he lied to the people and he said chatarra, meaning junk, which is not true, because in those equipments that he wants to trade with the U.S. or give it to the U.S. or the U.S. will send it to Ukraine is listed in the contract when it was purchased from the Soviet Union, that before they even get ready to that, they have to announce to the company that bought it from how they were going to dispose, and giving it to the U.S. for trade. For those big ass trucks that flip all the time, that's not part of the agreement. But then again, Mama's boy got into trouble, and then he got sanctioned by the government because they sell 75 million boxes of banana a year to the Russia, not counting the other countries that form part of the Russian economy system. Like Kazakhstan and all the country and Dagestan. So basically they shut down the banana business and the flower business, and he's still lying to the country. Ecuadorian people say, oh, we have nothing to do with the bananas of the Russian. He's screwed up, and it's going to get worse because first of all, you do not cross Mama Bear. You mess with Mama Bear, you have to be big, like the U.S. Because if you're not big like the U.S., Mama Bear is going to tear you up. So it's exactly what happened with the economy. So what we see, what I was able to see with my neighbors, I got a little property, a little more property, nothing big. I'm poor, I'm not rich. Was this type of cans, the 4.85 pounds can, 2.2 kilos, that people are filling up with emergency food. And basically some of the stuff that I have here is what some of the family have. Basically they are copying the European law that says they have to have extra this, extra that for 3 days emergency. And since I cannot eat too much regular flour, I have a bag of coconut flour, red meal guy. Look at here. So I got one. I have a little bit of all-purpose flour. With flour that you can do pancakes, you can do little boil like Asian food, what is that called, producer? Like Chinese, like you order like fry.
Wontons.
Wontons or stuff like that. Eat it by itself or make a little stick, like a French fry, but it's made out of flour. I have, now this is something that I highly suggest you find through the internet or anywhere you can find. The company is Vermont. The name is Chuno, C-H-U-N-O. Chuno entero, whole chuno basically in English. And it's nothing more than freeze-dried potatoes. Okay, freeze-dried potatoes. And this lasts for years, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200. They have found in grapes, Peruvian grapes, northern Chile too, on those terracotta bases, they still works after so many 300, 400 years, 500 years sometimes. So this is freeze-dried potatoes that they are edible. Just put it in water overnight or 5-6 hours before you use it, and it's good. Now this is something that I love because this is better than 10 pounds of beef. Quinoa. And I'm glad that it only grows in the Andean region, so nobody can steal it from there and make a killing. That's why it's a little bit pricey. Right now this is around $4. You'll find it in Kroger. Oops, not supposed to say a brand. Or Mickey D's, you find them too. But this is very important. When you cooking this, a cup, it grows up a lot. Swell up. You shake it in your hand like you're washing your hand with soap, but basically you have to wash it real good so it takes a little spice out of this. And then you have to wash it 3 times, and then you boil it with the potatoes, and it's a wonderful dinner. I put right here some of the stuff that I like. I Gatorade with protein, because sometimes you're working very much and then you need some proteins in your water so you don't feel tired because you sweat a lot. So I had 3 of these. Now look at the amount of stuff that's coming out. I also have, what do you know, some quinoa cookies. Quinoa mixed with fruta rojas, strawberries, some kind of berries, but this is delicious. Okay, I got 3 packages. What else do I have? My favorite. This is not too popular in the U.S. culture, but it's popular in the Latino culture in the U.S. This is what Wally Wera has them. Maggi soups, better than the other company, no worry. I got caracolitos, shell, chicken soup with shell, with fideos, with noodles, and more noodles. Okay, so I got 3 soups. I got almost 3 of everything. And what do you know? Chunks chicken in a can, chicken breast. I have 2 cans right here. So you can have some soup. Oh, I also like to put a flashlight in my food, so I know that if I have the can, I know that I got a light in there. And one more Gatorade. And you got a big container. You got a little bit of milk, dry milk that you can also save and put in a little plastic bag to have milk now. I was thinking also that I can add some more special organic fettuccine diet. Now, let me tell you about this right here. This is Bimbo Company, the Mexican baker, which now is the biggest baker in the USA, and Bimbo owns all of the major East Coast old-timers bakery. Pepper's Farms and all those old companies, Bimbo has bought them. Bimbo is now the 2nd biggest bakery in the world. I'm not talking Western world, U.S. Citizen. I'm talking the real world, including the global south. Last time that I was there was right before the COVID mess, and I bought a package, and it sit in one of those big plastic containers. And when I went back, I saw the brand new containers, and I said, "Hey, this is sealed, 4 years old. It's doble fibra because it's not white bread. It's what's the name of the bread?
Wheat.
100% wheat bread. That's what a little dark." And I opened the bag and I tasted one, no problem. See, this is what a little bit darker. And it's hard on your teeth. But it was fine. 4 years old in the same package. It was not Bimbo, it was another local company. Or maybe it was Bimbo, I don't know. That's a little price over here. Pushing $4, 3 something. Now if you got a little boys, you can make more soup because this is good for a quarter. Yeah, full portion, a cup each portion. Now, I'm gonna be nasty with some people that don't like to read, and they steal property that does not belong to the U.S. One of the things that I want to argue and complain and slap your son then silly is the metric system is not U.S. The metric system was created in France around the mid-1800s. 30-some countries got together because each country has different measurement, like la cuarta, el elbow, Egyptians, la vara, that's Spanish, and a whole bunch of French and a whole bunch of German measurements. So in France, back in the 1800s, France was the power. Not even the British, they were still living in shanty towns. Over here in the US, who knows? But the French got together, invited some nations, and they agreed on the metric system. And the metric system was born, and then everybody stuck with the inches, the meters, the kilometers, the hectare, and everything else that goes up and down in 10. So this crapola that he was some imbeciles, the U.S. leader. What's a U.S. leader? What the hell is wrong with you? Do some reading before you open your mouth. There is not U.S. leader. Over here what they use is the British system, the quarter. The quart, the fifth, if you drink, you know the fifth of a gallon, which is also a British part of the measurements. But then again, if you don't read, nobody tells you, you keep repeating the idiocy because it's an idiocy. There is not a U.S. leader. What they use right here is a quart. Now, there are some companies that sell by the liter because literally now, even the British, they use a metric system. So the only people with a little bit of brain is fighting the whole global, including the global south, approach is the USA because everybody else is in the metric system. By the way, even if you take a look at, if you drive a GM product or a Ford, you're going to find miles inside, kilometers inside and miles outside. And if you have an electronic car, you click the button and you change from miles to kilometers. Because if you want to sell the cars outside the US, even Mexico, even Canada, you have to go to the metric system. Okay, if you have a little kid, you can augment these with small plastic bags and get for some people, wonderful, delicious macaroni and cheese. I don't like this, and I didn't grow up eating macaroni and cheese, but I know the little ones love this stuff. Now you give me one with this, with dry potatoes, or you make a little bowl with coconut flour or with all-purpose flour, like dumplings, like the Russian style or Eastern European style. It's great. And then you have some chicken, you have soup, you have meal for about 3 to 4 days, including good drinks and some nice dessert that has some proteins and vitamins, and like just plain sugar. Now, why do I pick on sugar all the time? Because you know my medical condition. I'm diabetic, so I have to watch what I eat. Oh, by the way, I lost 10 pounds. 11 days, I lost 10 pounds. Why? Because I was eating healthy, no sugar, no chemical, no... What's the poison called that we don't like over here in this house? It's made out of corn.
Oh, high fructose corn syrup.
High fructose corn syrup is a poison. Stay away from the crap. It's a real crap. So you can make it small. This container is small if you put it in a plastic bag, or you can find a smaller bag to put elbow. Like let's say you don't want to eat quinoa with your Maggi, you put more noodles. So different style you can make, and you have one bag. Now, why do people are getting into this container? Because first of all, it's a pot, a real pot, a big pot. You can. How many liters is this? It gives you the weight, but not the dimension. But I will tell you, you probably can put 3 liters right here. A 4-quart pot is about a little bit over 3 liters, and this is a 4-quart pot. And it has the plastic lid, so nothing goes inside that it's not supposed to go inside. So think about this way to organize small cache of food for different packs. You can make it even a smaller container, so each member of the family has a different amount of different food that they like or they want to eat. And this is what everybody's doing now. Here I have another bag of almond flour. You mix almond flour. The little bright beetles. Not beetles, weevils. Producer, we gotta throw this away. Weevils got in here. Or they were already here, and then they develop. You see what happens when you don't take care of the stuff? Sometimes it's impossible. It comes on the flour itself, but that's why I got to check this stuff. And guess what? I already got a discount some of it because it came out of here. So you have to be careful with this. You see right here, contaminated. I don't know how long the plastic was in there with the equipment, but it happened. So this is basically what I have for you, YouTube. I'm glad to be back, but I came to Miami and I literally abhorred that airport. I don't know why all the flights from Caribbean, South America, and Latin America have to come from Miami. I don't see the reason why, but that's worse than a zoo. Worse than a zoo. So consider the way to manage food at a smaller scale. It's not that heavy, so you can run with it if you have to run. It's not that heavy that you can put it in your backpack, any backpack, and it's not noticeable. And have it with you, close to you in your bag, so you don't have to worry about not having anything to eat. Remember, this old Inca are saying, if you don't carry it, you don't eat it. Okay? If you don't carry it, you don't eat it. And there's societies, not U.S., but outside the U.S. thinking that you have to have it, you want to eat it, but you carry it. If you don't carry it, and you cannot buy it because it's an emergency, how are you going to eat it? You're going hunting? That's impossible. You can try, but that doesn't guarantee you're going to get anything. Okay, change your frame of mind. I know that you have read the economical problems. Even Janet Yellen wants to sell $10 trillion in bonds and T-bills. Good luck to her, because they needed to keep the government running. Now, who in heaven is going to buy $10 trillion from the U.S.? I don't know, but if you know, you let me know. I want to do some business with them. So behave. Think about your family. Think about portability. This is a pot, guys. Maybe you want to put it in a real pot. It's up to you, but portability. You take it and you run, no problem. So talk to you later. Behave.